Hi, this week's project is a pretty fun one. I'm excited. This is a new artist for me. His name's Tunney, and he's a neo-pop artist. One of the projects that we do in 7th grade is a pop art project, and we base it off of an artist, Andy Warhol, and he is one that you might be familiar with. He does the Campbell soup cans. Tunney is a neo-pop artist, and neo, in definition, it means new. So he's working in these modern days, so an artist that is living here and now and creating art as we speak. So I'm gonna pull up an example of one of his artworks, and you'll see more in his video. So you may have watched that, you might not have watched it, but he is an artist that works with language and text, and he uses it on collaged surfaces. So this one is a collage background with a painted foreground. So all the red is paint and all the letters are that collage background coming through the paint. So we're gonna do something similar to this style. And since we're at home right now, we're gonna be able to pool some of our resources. So a couple of things that I pulled together. We've been doing a lot of baking in our free time. I pulled a box out of our recycling, and it's one of our butter boxes. So I'm gonna maybe use that as a possibility. And then a lot of what he collages, Tunney, are media from what the current happenings are. And so you could use newspaper, you could use magazine, you could print out journal, courier things if you don't do newspaper, but you could, get to digital copies. Printed out sheets would work great. Magazine cutouts and things would also work really well of imagery from our current situation. Mine in my home is currently teaching and helping my kids with their remote learning. So these are some of their agendas, and I taped them together on the back, and I just glued the loose edges. So I'm gonna go over top of that. So that was kind of a fun one that I thought of, because I really want to cover these, because I don't know about you guys, but remote learning is not as easy as it would seem. So let's get started. So I gave you a couple examples. You could create your work on a box, like the one I have here. You could use magazines, you can use printouts from your computer if you have that capability, on newspapers. You can even do a piece of paper and you could write repeated lettering on that. So do your own text and then cover part of it up with the language and text that he uses, like that we're gonna do here. So one of his main themes was don't panic. I think that's a good one, but I'm gonna have on here stay strong. So that's what I'm gonna really pencil in. So you could do this a couple of different ways. You could cut the same size sheet of paper or something similar, and you could sketch it out on that piece of paper so you don't ruin your collage paper. You could draw right on the collage paper. You could print out text in the right size from your computer if you have that capability, and then you could cut the letters out and trace around the letters. So lots of options here on what you can do. So I'm gonna just draw freehand. I could regret this in the end, but I'm just gonna lightly pencil stay strong in here. And then from there, I'm gonna outline it in Sharpie. Sorry, I can't work and create at the same time apparently today. Having some difficulty. So I hope you guys are doing well and that some of the assignments have been fun to create and not a pain in your butt, and you've enjoyed it. And I hope it hasn't stressed you out too much. That's not what it should do. It should be a way for you to be creative, try something new in some cases. This is all new, right? So now I'm writing stay strong. I think that's super important in this time. Sorry, my phone's buzzing at me. Stay strong. So So I did a combination of upper and lowercase letters. So from here, what I will do is outline. And I'm gonna speed this up so it's a little bit quicker. I'll be back in a second. My lettering, you have lots of options with this as well as far as materials. So I'm going to use some markers that I've had sitting around for a while, and you could cover it solid like we saw in Peter Tunney's example. You could also do patterns, designs in the background to fill and cover the text space that we want to help to make this stand out. You could also pull out some paints and use paints for that, and that's an option. You could also do watercolor on top of this. As long as the paper is thick enough, I would put something underneath it to save your workspace, but watercolor wipes up really easily, but that would be an easy one. But you might have to layer it to get the amount of color that you need to help contrast the background with the lettering. So what we want to accomplish here is we want the lettering to stand out. So I'm gonna do just a fill-in around these letters or some of these letters, and then I might adjust and shift my colors. So the cool thing about this is that you're adding a color to the background that creates unity or ties it together, and also helps contrast against the lettering that you want to show. So we're kind of downplaying this text in the background to pop this text out. So I'm gonna do, so you'll still see the text in the background, but the objective would be to get it to soften and not be as vibrant. So I'm gonna shift from that one. I'm gonna pull out another blue color. Just kind of do almost like not quite a tie-dye effect, but something kind of similar, and I might just blend them together kind of as they like overlap them. I'm just using like some cross-hatching lines. So this is totally an option, but like I said, you could paint it, you could watercolor, you could use color pencil if it's a lighter text, like maybe it's white and black. This one I thought kind of needed a marker just because it was a little bit darker. There's more gray. I'm gonna pop in some pink here too. I like that the text shows through it, so I'm not liking this as much, but I might use it here and there to really add some contrast. But I like this pink a lot. I'm not like a pink fan, but I like this pink just because it's bright. So I'm gonna fill this in so you can kind of see how it's starting to play up my text that I added. I'm pull in some orange here too. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I might speed this up a little bit so that you could see the final result. But I'll keep working on this, and then we'll see how it turns out. about ready to wrap this up. I'm just doing some last finishing touches, finishing this little section here. Tried to spread out the colors and play them against each other so that they could help one another stand out. Try to do like some hatching and things across some of these areas to kind of bring some of these other colors in and to blend them a little bit. Not totally necessary, but I like how they play together, and it's not just like one color, then another color, then another color, but kind of helps them to work together a little bit, which is what we need to do to stay strong. I think that's important. So I've got one last little bit, I think, up here. I'm just gonna flip my paper around. Pulling that a little bit into the blue and see if there's anything I missed. I've got a couple of these little spots that I think I've got it. So what I might do, just as a kind of a final wrap up, I might go in and darken some of my outlines just to really help those letters stand out now that I have them and I have the color around them. There's some places where I want alba lines and I want to clean that up, but I also like the messy quality of this too, but you might be more neat, and so that is going to be your artistic decision. You know, what do you want to stand out? What do you want to kind of downplay? So I like that this is thicker, also because it's the word strong, and strong kind of needs something hefty to go with it. So I'm gonna really like that thicker line around these. You could even go so far as to maybe even create some shadows behind it. So that's totally up to you. So I really like how that's looking. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this part off. But I love the things that are popping through, like I can still see Zoom, like my kids have Zoom meetings every day. Wordly Wise, Spelling City, all those things that they've been working on homework, do now. It just kind of brings to memory the things that we have been dealing with in our own home with this new remote learning. So I think that's kind of a fun take on it. So I want you guys to have fun with this. Think of something, some kind of a positive message that you need right now, and create something meaningful and something that is personal to you. And I can't wait to see what you create. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you have fun learning and creating in Peter Tunney style.